If your braids are starting to mat and looking untidy and you are dreading a full takedown, this is your sign to rebraid. I'll show you exactly how to take it down smoothly without using any sleeve product. Also, if your braids already look 3 months old at barely 3 weeks, make sure you stick around until the end of this video. I will show you how you can possibly make your braids last longer, retain your length, and avoid unnecessary breakage. Hey bloomer, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Cynthia, your natural hair girly. On this channel we talk about everything natural hair, DIYs, and how to retain length and grow healthy hair. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to smooth your braids down, prevent breakage, and rebraid them. Without much further ado, let's get right into it. First of all, before you plan to rebraid, make sure your hair and scalp are neat. Why? Because this is basically like doing a fresh installation. You want everything clean and ready to go. You understand, right? For this takedown, we'll just be using a few simple tools. Leave-in conditioner. I'm using this one from Mega Growth. Then water, tail comb, white tooth comb if needed. If your hair is short, you don't necessarily need a white tooth comb. Let your fingers do the job, okay? You really want to use an effective but affordable leave-in conditioner. Depending on how voluminous your hair is, you might even finish the whole container in just one takedown, okay? By the end of this video, you will see how much hair I shed in the space of 5 weeks. I started my braids on the 16th of December, and on the 20th of January, they've clocked 5 weeks. That's a month and a week old. You can clearly see my new growth. This is to prove to you that our hair grows. You just need to retain the length by taking down your braids gently and avoiding breakage at the ends. And that's exactly what we are going to achieve today using these tools I mentioned earlier. You can either choose to start from the front or the back of your hair, whichever is more convenient for you. You'll be needing a towel to avoid messing up your Christmas dress, okay? First off, use some water to hydrate your braids. Make sure they are well damp, not drenched. You don't want water dripping everywhere, just enough so that when you apply your leave-in, it will stay and soften your braids, okay? Next, apply your leave-in conditioner, then run the ends gently with your fingers, just like I'm doing it here. It helps loosen any knotted strands and prevent breakage. Think of it as giving your hair a little love, so it cooperates without pain. Do you understand? Those knotted strands that are having some, mushy relationship there without your consent, smoothing them down so you can prevent unnecessary breakage, okay? Now, take your tail comb and go in gently. Use your tail comb and your fingers at intervals to achieve a smooth, tangle-free takedown, just like you see me do it here. Before you focus fully on this, let me quickly say something. If you're a busy person who wants long hair, this video length on the screen was tailored for you. These tips will help you retain length and save you time. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, click the button below so you don't miss out when I post new tips, and stick around until the end of this video. There is still a lot of information to share, so don't rush to swipe, okay? Now you've gotten to the roots where the new growth is, and of course it's going to mat a little. Start by separating gently while removing the shed hairs, and while you do that, spray some water on the roots while separating the tangled strands. Then go in with your leave-in conditioner for a smooth finish. Take a look at how it glides through smoothly while I remove the shed hairs. Just so you know, shedding is normal. What isn't normal is excessive hair shedding. I hope you know that. If you don't get rid of these shed hairs as much as possible, they mat up at the roots, causing unnecessary damage to your hair. Leaving them there can lead to knots, breakage, and even make your braids harder to redo neatly. So always remove shed hairs as you go, even in small amounts. It keeps your hair healthy, makes your rebraid smoother, and save your ends from snapping. Let's see how long it's going to take me to rebraid my medium braids. So this is 1042. You guys, this rebraiding is like doing two things at the same time. It's really going to take a whole lot of time, and that's why you really need patience. We will see how long it's going to take me to complete this whole process. When you rush this process, you are more likely to inflict damage instead of preventing it, and the goal here is prevention and not speed. So be patient with your hands, let the water soften, let the leave-in do the work, and allow your strands to release at their own pace. Length retention is a result of mindful handling and not force. This is where most people lose progress, by being in a hurry, and you will get stuck in the same length for years. Have you ever paused to ask yourself why some hair influencers style their hair constantly, yet their hair never seems to pass a certain length? That's because they have an obligation to deliver. Their hair isn't just personal anymore, it's a deliverable. Frequent styling becomes necessary even when it interrupts long-term length retention. So that's it for that. I really hope I am making sense. If you have any thoughts or questions, please leave a comment below. If your braids start looking old at 2 or 3 weeks, like you're already 3 months old, here are the possible reasons and solutions. I'm pointing this out again because I got several comments asking how I keep my braids neat at 5 weeks, while theirs already look rough by week 2. First, I've learned to install my braids on stretched hair. You can stretch using heat with a heat protectant or by using traditional methods. Stretching keeps the strands elongated, softer, and easier to part. I usually stretch my hair a day before installation to give my scalp a break and avoid inflammation or unnecessary headache. I get headaches easily, so I try to avoid anything that can lead to that. However, in this case, we are rebraiding, so stretching beforehand isn't necessary. Secondly, your grip at the root matters more than most people realize. How you grip your hair during installation directly affects how long your braids last. A proper grip should be firm but not tight enough to cause pain or tension. And also, you will tighten your braids as you go down. We are not aiming for loose braids here. You can see how I am tightening mine just enough so it lasts without stressing my scalp. Thirdly, how you wash your hair plays a major role. I don't wash my braids aggressively. I focus on cleansing my scalp using my fingertips or a scalp massager, and I'll allow the lather to run down the braids naturally. Before I mention the last tip on how I maintain my braids, let me quickly say this. I mentioned this earlier that this is like multitasking. Like, guys, this is actually the next day. I can't believe that half of my hair took 8 hours. I stopped at 5:38 p.m. and I started again the next morning at 10:57 a.m. Can you imagine that? I'm not gonna lie to you, I got exhausted several times, but I knew I was heading somewhere, so I had to stick with that thought. And lastly, how you protect your hair matters. I always secure and protect my ends. I tuck them in properly and cover my hair with a satin bonnet or a silk scarf, especially at night. These simple habits are what help my braids last longer before they start looking untidy. However, if you have a fine strands, there is every possibility that your braids won't last longer like someone who has a coarse hair, because your strands are soft, delicate, and very silky to touch. I hope you understand what I mean by this. Is the last man standing. Yay! At this point, I was so relieved and more than excited, and I think that's pretty obvious. If you've stayed up to this point, thank you so much, love. It really means a lot to me. I promise to keep bringing you value on how we achieve our hair goals. So please do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video so it gets to the right audience, the people who actually need this information, okay? I finished at exactly 3:11 p.m. Technically, this rebraiding took me roughly 13 hours. And this is what we have. Very neat and tight. This is the before and this is the after. To elevate this look, I'll be doing the popular miracle knots with beautiful coils. So turn on your notifications so you don't miss out. This is the amount of hair I shed in the space of 5 weeks. Do you think it's a lot, or does it look equivalent to the length of time I left my braids on? For me, I think it's equivalent. Just let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao.